Hi, this is Matthew Robert Payne, and this is just going to be like a short review of a website called Rent a Cyber Friend. And I first came onto this website about 3 days ago. The history is about 4 or 5 years ago, I come across a website called Rent a Friend, and I was searching how to find a friend or something like that, and I come across it on Google, a website that you could join and introduce yourself on the website and send a message to all the females on the website, and you could hire a young female between 20 for between $20 an hour Australian and $50 an hour Australian, and you could take her out for coffee, and it was a total platonic website where it was agreed that you weren't dating and you weren't going to proposition a girl to be your girlfriend or date, but you're just having a platonic coffee or going to the movies or doing any sort of entertainment. You could hire the girl to go to ballet or the movies or the theater or museums or balloon, whatever activity you want to do. If you just wanted someone to do it with, you could hire a female or another male to go with you. And if you paid them $20 an hour plus the expenses, like if you went balloon riding, you'd pay for them. And if you went out for dinner, you'd pay for them. And I had a good time, and I had a couple of friends that I hired back then 5 years ago. And if you follow my books, if you followed my videos and my books, or you know about me, you'd know that I've had a sex addiction to prostitutes for 39 years, and addiction to pornography for 41 years. And most of the impetus of that addiction comes from the fact that I've got an inner child that wants to connect with young females. And um, it's very hard in this society to strike up a conversation with a female and convince her to go out for coffee with you. And it may not be hard for a lot of guys, but certainly has been something that plagued me all my life. And I don't particularly have any young girls that are friends. And because I was sexually abused on a beach at 14, part of me is my inner child wants to connect with young females. And so I did that on this Rent a Friend. And for about a year, I was going out with. I still had my addiction to prostitutes, but it was nice to spend an hour or two with someone over coffee and not sin and not feel guilt and shame, but have something totally natural, totally happy. Well, I was searching for that, and I actually joined that site again. And there was a feature on that site where you could write a message, and they'd write a message about what you want from the site, and it would send a message to all the girls on the site, and 5 or 6 would contact you and volunteer to go out with you. And you go through the profiles, look at what they are, look at their age, and look at what they said in the introduction, and you'd pick a girl to go out with, and it worked really well. But without the feature of being able to send a message out to all the girls, it's really hard, because I joined the other day and sent a message to 6 girls to their private page, and none of them got back to me. But at the same time, when I was trying to work out the feature, how to do the feature, I went onto YouTube, which I often do, and I went onto YouTube and asked how to do that feature on Rent a Friend, and it came up with a video, and I watched the video. It wasn't helpful, but the video underneath it was how to use Rent a Cyber Friend, and I thought that was interesting. So I watched it, and I've got a number of Christian women that are friends of mine online, and I talk to them always on Facebook video or Facebook phone. And they're good friends, but I've got a couple that I talk to every day or every second day, but they're older women. One's 65 and one's 45, and I sort of want a younger one. I've got one that's 30 that I talk to that's really pretty that I like talking to, but I only really talk to her once a week or once every 2 weeks, and I wanted to constantly engage. So I seen this video on Rent a Cyber Friend. I watched it. I joined the website and started to put my toe in. And in the last 3 days, I've talked to about 15 women, and it's cost me quite a bit of money. But I found one that I found three that I had really good conversations with, and you can press a button which on their profile which says follow. So there's a place that you can click on that says following, and it lists the 3 or 4 or 5 girls that you like, and so you can always have them there to access. And they talk on specific interests. If you want to talk about movies, or you want to talk about relationships, or you want to just have friendship, you can pick what category that you want to talk to the girls, and they've got different rates at how much they charge for per minute for each of the categories. And I'm sort of haven't got a big budget, so I try and choose girls that cost between 10 and 30 cents. And the one that I've talked to 4 times, 3 times for 2 times for an hour and 2 times for an hour and a half, she's 30 cents a minute, so it chews up some money. But I was saying to her that I could see a prostitute in Sydney, like the cheapest prostitute in Sydney, and I could spend 150 Australian dollars for 30 minutes, and I'd get to talk to her for about 15 minutes of that 30 minutes. And I said, with 150 Australian dollars, I could talk to you for 5 hours, and I've spent about $150 speaking to her. So what do I choose? Do I choose to see a prostitute and basically rape a prostitute and financially reward her, walk away with guilt and shame and sadness, disappointing God? Or do I connect with a girl and speak to her for an hour and pay $30 and then do it 5 times, $150? Do I budget into my income speaking to her 5 times every 2 weeks, and can I make it affordable to speak to her? So I've got one girl that I've spoken to, like I've shared twice for an hour and twice for an hour and a half. I think an hour is a good conversation. You get a lot of stuff covered. An hour and a half is particularly good. You can't really talk to someone for an hour and a half unless the conversation is really flowing really well. If you have a conversation that's got stops and starts and it's stilted, you can't really speak for an hour or an hour and a half. It's only someone that you're really engaged with, you're really connected with, you got a lot in common, and you're resonating with what each other's saying, that you can have an hour and a half conversation. It's a video chat, and you don't need Zoom or Facebook. It's got its own video platform. You search for ladies that are online, and you see pictures, and you click on their profile, and it's got an introduction to them, and it's got their rates. So before I read what they say about their profile, I'll click down to see if it's between 10 and 30 cents. There's a lot of females on there for $1 a minute, 50 cents a minute, 80 cents a minute. Some of them are $5 a minute. Apparently, there's a lot of guys who get on there to talk sexually and have sex talk and have cyber sex and stuff. And maybe some of the girls that charge $5 an hour, $5 a minute, actually do that. I'm not sure, but there was one girl who I talked to who said half the guys that contact her want to talk sexually. The girl that I've had the 4 conversations with, she has on a profile, "I'm not here to talk sex talk or anything to do with sex." And then she goes on and says the rest about herself. She's the only one that's mentioned that on the profile, but apparently there's a lot of that. If you're looking for that, this isn't the site for that. Perhaps you can have sex talk with the fakes that contact you on Facebook and only want your money. But I've talked to another girl twice as 21, and she's a Muslim, and she was suicidal and attempted suicide one time and suffered a lot with depression, and she's looking into starting to make TikTok videos and YouTube videos. And we've got a lot to talk about because I've made some TikTok videos and YouTube videos, and so we've had a good discussion, and she's really nice. And there's another female that I had a good talk to for an hour that I've only talked to once. But as I said, I put my foot in the water. I've talked to about 15 women, and to be able to commit to paying $30 for an hour worth of conversation, you want to have a good connection with a person. To be able to talk to a person for an hour and a half, there's got to be a lot in common. It's got to be an engaging conversation. So I can't promise you that you'll find someone that you deeply connect with on this website, but you certainly have the opportunity to talk to a lot of women. I've never it's got about 6 pages of women on the thing. I've never been on there where I didn't find a woman to talk to at any one time. I found early on, as I was trying to connect with women, that 9 out of 10 women I tried to contact, it rang the women for a minute, and then it drops off and cancels the call if the woman doesn't answer within a minute. And I found that was happening 9 out of 10 times. But if you persist, you'll find someone picks up and you'll have a talk. Yesterday, I rang and about half of the people picked up, and so that was good. In my escort days, I don't see escorts now, but in my escort days, I was a client who saw escorts that liked to see a new escort every day, every time. There was a certain rush in spending my money to meet like a good-looking female every time, and I liked the variety. I liked the rush of meeting a different female, and there's a lot of women on this site, and you can speak to a lot of women, and if you got the money, certainly only 10% or 30% of the price that you'll spend on a prostitute or an escort, and you can have a good, wholesome conversation for an hour and really develop a friend. The one I've talked to 4 times, it's really hard not to ring her every day, and I've got a personality that is an addictive personality. I'm addicted to coffee. I'm pretty addicted to Netflix. I'm pretty addicted to Facebook. So I got a personality that's easily addicted, and so I find that I'm going to have to wait for a week to ring this girl back because I'm running short on money, but certainly isn't a destructive website. It's a really beautiful website, and the women that I've found, the 3 women that I've really connected with, are really fun. And I talked to one day when I spent an hour and a half with this girl, which was 27 American dollars. It's like $40 Australian. I asked her how long that money would last in Argentina. She's from Argentina, but really good at English. And she said that it would buy groceries for her for 10 days. And so that's quite a substantial amount that is for her. So most of the women are that charge between 10 and 30 cents from countries where English is the second language. And so you may find that you need to talk to a few women before you find total good conversations. But I've been meeting and conversing with all sorts of women for years, and I found my three. The site isn't hard to navigate. It's not hard to work out. Comes to a search page, and all you've got to do if you're a male and you want to talk to a woman is click the option women and click the option online, and it shows all the men and women that are on the site on the page. And if you click women, it'll just show you women. And if you click the button online, it'll just show you all the women that are online at the time. If you want to look at read profiles and find women that are offline and save them because you've seen that they're a good price and you like what they say in their profile, you can check out the women that are offline, and you can follow them, press the button on their profile to follow them. So you can have them, and when you regularly check back the website, if you see them online, you can ring them up at that time. Just remember that at some stages during the day, 9 out of 10 women don't pick up. The reason is for them to answer your call and be there, they've actually got to be at their computer. If they're out making coffee or they're in the shower or they're doing their laundry, they don't hear their computer ring and they miss a call. So a minute isn't long. I know I've been in bed and someone has rang me on Facebook phone, and most times I can't answer the phone call while it's ringing. It takes a while to wake me up, and then by the time I get to my computer, I can't answer the call. And most of those people, I then check who called me and I ring them back and I can have a conversation. So it takes practice. It takes attentiveness by the women to actually be there near the computer and be ready to take a call. Some of the women have been members for 2 or 3 days and haven't had a phone call. Some get a phone call in the first day, but there's a lot of hours having the computer ready to take call. There's a lot of hours that they have to invest into it. So it's not a lot of money for a woman. Like I said, this girl can talk to me for an hour, 30 cents, 30 cents for 60 minutes, and 60 minutes at 30 cents, $18 American, and then converted to Australia's about $28 Australian. For that $30, that 1 hour phone call, she may have had to have had her computer idly sitting for 12 hours to pick up that call. So it's not a lot of money for them. And even on the call, like I said, she gets $30 for an hour, and I can spend $150 and see a prostitute. So I can get 5 hours of her time for $150. And I've got a service on my website where I do like a prophecy about 9 or 10 things a person's destined to do, and it's called a prophetic destiny blueprint, and it's really extensive prophecy, like the best prophecy you'd ever get. And that service of mine is 150 Australian dollars, and it takes me about 25 minutes to do. It's like a 25-minute video. So I've had 3 of those orders over the last 3 days, and so that's financed me going through and testing those 15 or so women to find the ones that I'm going to settle down with. So God was good enough to me to provide that work for me to spend all the time finding that one. But I'm pretty sure that if you talk to enough girls, you'll find a girl that you connect with. Just like friends in life, you've got to connect on certain things, and certain subjects got to resonate with you. You got to be comfortable with. You got to have things in common for someone to become your close friend, and that's what you're talking about. You're not only talking about someone that'll be a close friend, but you're talking about paying that person. So, there's some people that you talk to if it wasn't costing you money, but it's quite another thing to be paying someone to talk to you. But everything pays, and these women enjoy talking to me. They've given me feedback that they really enjoyed the call, and so they're in earning themselves income, and this is an income from them, and most of them are from poorer countries, so you don't have to deprive them of money. It's really a good service. It's changed my life. I can, if this girl I've talked to 4 times stays on the service for a couple of years, I can see her becoming a good friend. I can see her. I'm a friend of hers on Facebook now, and she can message me when she's online. I can see us being friends for a while. We've had some really deep and personal conversations, and I'm a deep thinker. I love to talk about subjects in a deep way. So it's fantastic, and I can't recommend the service even better. So in the description tag underneath this video, I'll have a link to the website, and it doesn't take much to really work it out. You can look up Friend to Cyber Friend and look at that video, and it'll probably show you how to navigate the website. I want to give it 10 thumbs up out of 5, and I want to really recommend it to you. You lonely men out there that want to engage and have a good conversation with a young woman, and if you find it hard to talk to women, and if you're a woman and you're lacking girlfriends and you'd like a girlfriend to talk to about all sorts of things, it's a good, if you're a woman and you want to engage with some men, it would be a good thing. I'm not a woman, so I can't recommend how good the women are to talk to for a woman. And I'm not a woman looking for a man, so I can't say how good the men are on the site, because I've got no interest in talking to the men. You can also, another feature of the site is you can sign up and become a person that's hired, and you can upload a photo and write your profile introduction and put your prices there, and you can wait the 12 hours and have your computer. If you're a person who's regularly in the room, that you have your computer, you can do the 6 or 12 hours waiting, or 3 days waiting for a phone call, and earn some money. I just haven't got the patience for that. I've signed up to do that, but I never really have my computer waiting for more than an hour before I've gone back and been calling girls. So I hope this was a good review for you. I really recommend it if you're a lonely guy, if you're a lonely woman, if you want to connect with someone, I really encourage you to check the site out. If you like this video, please like it. If this is the first video on my channel that you've seen, I teach mostly about Christian subjects. So if you're interested in that, you can subscribe. I'd be very interested in your comments about anything that I said on this video that you want to comment in. Just remember, people who read the comments like to see comments, and you can reach people and touch people's lives with a comment on this video. God bless you and keep you.